So the goal is to take the data and represent the same instances but with fewer variables. And what you try to do when you do this is you try to preserve the structure in the data. And the structure, of course, is a loose term. It can mean all sorts of things. For the method that we're going to cover in this and the following lecture, structure is going to mean variance. But there are also methods that target discriminative applications. So there you're looking for structure that helps you predict things. There are two general families of reducing dimensionality. So you have feature selection and feature extraction. Feature selection is basically subsetting your set of attributes. So if originally I had attributes x1, x2 through xd, I'm going to somehow decide which of those attributes I'm going to keep and which of those I'm going to drop. And literally, all I'm doing is I'm throwing away attributes. So maybe I'll decide to keep x2 and xd minus 1, and I'll throw away x1, x3, and xd. How you do this, you can do it in several different ways. If your goal, for example, was classification, if you wanted to use the results to build a classifier, then information gain is one very useful way to throw away attributes. Right? You can throw away most of the attributes and be left with a small subset, which is still reasonably good as input to a classifier. Feature extraction works very differently. In feature extraction, you're going to build an entirely new set of variables to represent your data. So you start out with attributes x1 through xd, and then you're going to form combinations of them. So I'm going to create m new variables where m is going to be a lot smaller than d, and each one of these attributes, each one of these new attributes, it's going to be some combination, some function of the original attributes. And in general, it's a combination of all of the original attributes. There is many different ways of doing that. We're going to look at the ways to do it linearly, where the new attributes, E1 through EM, are linear combinations of old attributes.